association. I have no association with slavery. I wasn't even alive during the civil rights movement. I have only been alive when black and white people can go to school together. Since I've been alive, black and white people play football together. Black and white people shop together. They live together. They marry each other. Since I've been alive, black and white people in America don't have issues. It doesn't mean that. And this is my message is to white people who walk around every single day feeling like you guilty. You're not guilty of nothing. Only 5% of white people in America have any ties or lineages to people that stem back to slavery. And even during slavery, less than 15% of people in the southern states actually own slaves. Let me give you another statistic. Over 60% of the people living today, the white people that live in America, came here after slavery was abolished. So I don't know what you're guilty of. What are you feeling guilty for? I don't want to hear you cry me a river about what you need to do to somehow reconcile with the black people. I'm going to tell you this. And if you're sitting here and you're wondering, let me tell you this. Black people who are not living the life of victimhood, we don't waste time worrying about who did what thousands of years ago. It's not helping us move forward. Don't let nobody peer pressure you into feeling like you need to be sorry to them. You need to open the door for them. You need to somehow overcompensate for something that neither you nor them had involvement with. It's time for us to move forward, America. Golly, can we move forward? That stuff is old. It's time for us to come together as people, black, white, whatever nationality you are, wherever background you come from, whether you're poor or rich. It's time for us to come together and come up with reasonable solutions for us moving forward. Can we all just get along? Only reason that there's racial division in this country because we create it, we perpetuate it. And I honestly believe that liberals in America, not the liberals of old, I'm talking about modern day liberals, are literally forcing racism down our throats. Anytime a person is upset with another person, and it never go both ways, but anytime a white person is upset with a black person, it's racism. But every time it comes to black and white issues, it seems like the left is just trying their best to create and keep this flame going. The flame is dead, man. Believe it or not, in America, racism is dead. It's only a few people trying to revive it. Only a few people giving CPR to racism. A few people giving CPR to white privilege. A few people giving CPR to some level of angst when it comes to slavery and discrimination. Quit giving CPR to it and it'll die. Stop lying on these white people. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, I could almost imagine that LeBron James situation was probably a hoax too. I guarantee you. I don't understand. If this country is so filled and rooted in racism, why are so many people lying? From the man on the corner to politicians to celebrities, Jussie Smollett, they gotta all lie. Bro, if the country is that racist, somebody gotta be getting attacked. And you don't have to lie about it. A celebrity shouldn't have to lie. A politician shouldn't have to lie. These people just consistently lie. And the reason they're doing that is because they have this image in their mind and they've been brainwashed through television and I don't know, other dummies telling them that our country is so racist. And when it don't happen, they have to make it happen. They have to recreate racism. So let's get to the story at hand. So this guy, I'm not going to give his name. I'll put the article in the description section. This fool and his wife, I think they both involved in this. It's a couple. I don't even know if they're married. This fool and then the woman he with decided that they're going to spray paint the N-word on their car, both of their cars. Then they spray paint leave N-word. And it was another like get out of here N-word and Trump. Now, now why y'all got to put Trump in that? Oh, I know why. Because y'all ignorant. Now, they do all this. They call the police. essentially call the police on themselves. So they call the police and say, oh, I'm so hurt. They refuse to talk to the media. Then what do you know? When any black pastors come out, this needs to stop. I am tired of this. Somebody needs to speak out. This shouldn't be going on. Bro, you ain't got no discernment. Your God ain't talking to you and telling you that these people are lying. You know you need to turn your clergy. You need to turn all that in. Whatever cemetery school you went to, and yeah, I said cemetery school, whatever cemetery school, you need to get your money back. Because God ain't talking to you at all. If you can't tell that somebody lying about spray paint on their car and you getting out in the name of Jesus to tell the world that we need to come out against this stuff. But I'm saying overt racism that affected my life, I never experienced it. Never. I've never experienced it. I go to all kind of places. I've been to 26 states. I've been to Starbucks, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. I've been everywhere. I done been to Big T in Dallas. I done been everywhere. I don't see it. Where's the racist? Where's the racist people at? Unless you are creating that in your mind and you making it a reality. That's the only reason that's a race. You get pulled over and you see a white man, which I believe is racist. You see a white cop and you assume that they only pull you over because you're black. That's the racism that we live in today. You're projecting that in your mind that somehow white people are that concerned with you. Let me say this in closing. Let me say this because I think it's invaluable to say. People, stop creating fake hate crimes. Focus on yourself. Won't you focus on your own community instead of trying to put a microphone on these fake racist cases or even legit racist cases. Why about you figure out how to better serve your own community? Because at the end of the day, racism is not causing the problems that I have seen in black communities. It's other black folks that are causing the problems. I ain't never seen a racist go down the street with a KKK hoodie on, mowing down brothers. No, but I've seen other brothers do it. I ain't never in my life, growing up in the hood, I ain't never in my life seen no white person on the corner selling dope. But I see brothers doing it. I ain't never been challenged a day in my life by a white person, especially not in a black neighborhood. But brothers do it.
My, oh my, oh my. This exchange between Areva Martin and David Webb almost made me cry laughing at it. This is probably one of the most embarrassing moments in history for liberal leftists trying to promote this false concept of white privilege. So I want you guys to listen to what I heard, and I'm going to do a little reaction to it. All right. So beware. Viewers' discretion is advised.
I've chosen to cross different parts of the media world, done the work so that I'm qualified to be in each one. I never considered my color the issue. I considered my qualifications the issue.
So I just want y'all to hear that. He just pointed out that color has never been a factor in his pursuit of success. He always saw that his profession or what he's done, what his accomplishment, what he has been able to accomplish has been the leading factor in his progress. Now listen to what the social justice warrior says.
David, that's a whole nother long conversation about white privilege and things that you have the privilege of doing that people of color don't have the privilege of.
She just called him white, man. She just said that he has white privilege, that this brother got white privilege. Let's finish listening to this.
How do I have the privilege of white privilege?
David, by virtue of being a white male, you have white privilege. This whole long conversation, I don't have time to get
Areva.
Hold on. She said by virtue of you being a white man, you have white privilege. And he's black, though. He's a black man. Watch him eat her alive real quick. Go ahead, play it.
I hate to break it to you, but you should have been better prepped. I'm black.
Okay, then
Oh, black.
I stand.
See, you went to
corrected.
white privilege. This is the falsehood in this. You went immediately with an assumption. Your people, obviously, or you didn't look. You're talking to a black man
They
who
gave you
started
wrong
out in rock
information.
radio in Boston, who crossed the paths into hip hop, rebuilding one of the greatest black stations in America, and went on to work for Fox News, where I'm told apparently blacks aren't supposed to work, but yet you come with this assumption and you go to white privilege.
David,
That's
David,
actually
let me correct-
insulting.
It is, and I apologize because my people gave me wrong information. They told
No. You can't. No. Your people gave you wrong information. No. It doesn't work that way. The false assumption of white privilege is being perpetuated so often that without even knowing the race of the man, because of his accomplishments, he's automatically deemed as a white man with privilege. So this is the part that kills me. This is the idea of reverse racism. This is black people projecting racism on white people unchecked, unfeathered. Listen to this. She is literally saying, and this is not only projecting hatred against white people, this is also demeaning black people at the same time. So if you work hard and you accomplish things in life and you don't look at your race as a determining factor of whether or not you fail or succeed, you must be a white man. If you are successful, you must be a white man. Because in her mind, a black man can't do that.
Because I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and I want you to understand the truth about the matter. I made a video on PragerU about white privilege. I believe white privilege is a myth. The way that they are presented in colleges and universities, the way that they are saying or stating that every single white person that's born have this same level of privilege that gives them an advantage over every black person that's born, is BS. It's a fallacy. It's rooted in hatred, deception, and division. Last time I checked, last time that I used my brain to think, you're born the same way. You got the same blood in you. And if you live in the United States of America, the Constitution protects you and your rights just like anybody else. And when you want to talk about privileges, white people still have to get up every day and go to work. And if they don't work, they don't eat. And if you work hard enough to be successful, if you don't work hard enough, you're called poor. You're going to end up being poor. If you don't do anything about it, if you sit around and complain, you're going to be poor. Have you ever heard of trailer parks? Have you ever heard of poor white people? They don't just somehow get grandfathered in to success in society just because of the color of their skin. Poverty don't care about the color of your skin. Your stomach don't care about the color of your skin. You bet to go out, work on a job, create something if you plan to be successful. And none of that has anything to do with the color of your skin. And I always tell this story about my friend Dustin and Derek. It's a perfect example. Dustin and Derek were super poor. They didn't have no daddy. I had my daddy. Me and my brother, my mama used to give them our hand-me-down clothes because they didn't have no clothes to wear, holes in their shoes. What happened to their white privilege? We were way more advanced financially than they were. But I thought that because of their white privilege, they're supposed to be better than us and they should have life easier than us. It's BS. And everybody that's watching this, that's reasonable, whether you're white or black, you understand this to be true. You have to go to school and you got to study just like anybody else. White people have to apply for college just like other people do. And if your parents don't have the money, a lot of times you have to apply for student loans and you're in student loan debt. You don't get a pass. You don't get your student loan debt forgiven just because you're white. So where is the privilege? If you want to talk about privilege, you want to talk about privileges to college, a lot of African-American people who may not Their parents may not have done what they should have done, or they may not be rich. They may not have the money. But a lot of these people have the ability to go to college because of athletics. My mom and daddy didn't have to spend a dime out of their pocket for me to go to college. I had a full scholarship. Not only did I have a full scholarship to go to any college in the United States of America, I was an All-American football player. So did my brother. And so did 2 or 3 of my cousins. Because we were gifted, which is a privilege that a lot of black people have, because we are gifted athletically, no fault or doing of our own. We have opportunities to go to college that a lot of white people don't have. And I'm just keeping it 100. And black people can be racist openly. And I'm not saying it's a good privilege, but black people can say whatever they want to say about white people. Black people can be openly racist and nobody say anything. If a black person were to get on television and berate a white person because of the color of their skin, they will still be on whatever television show that they're on. White people don't have that privilege. You accidentally say something that people take the wrong way, and then you done lost your job and everything. I'm going to give you another example. As a police officer, when I was on the Tucson Police Department, I expressed my frustration and vitriol against Black Lives Matter. Not one white officer would dare post about Black Lives Matter on their page, although we agreed 100%. Do you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because as a black man, I could say all that I wanted to say. As a white person, they're considered a racist and they'll be fired for saying the exact same thing I said. I destroyed Colin Kaepernick in a video that got 70 million views. Every other white person on my job felt the same way I did. Why did they make a video about it? Because they couldn't. Because of their white privilege prevented them from making that video. Come on, man. Let's keep it 100. And if you are African American, black, whatever you want to call yourself, I call you an American of African descent, you have been brainwashed into believing that every white person is better than you. And then no matter what you do, the white person that's in your class with you, it will be better than you if you don't work twice as hard as they do. That they somehow have a privilege that you don't have. That breeds division and racism, ladies and gentlemen. But somehow we've diverted our minds away from reality. White privilege is a exacerbated idea that's rooted in falsehoods. Do some white people prefer white people over others? Yeah. So do black people. So do Hispanic people. And they say this all the time. In college, when I did Africana studies, they say black people can't be racist, which is the dumbest thing in the world. But the reason that they say that is because black people are not in a position of power. So you tell me, riddle me this, Batman. In Baltimore, Maryland, when you have the police chief, you have a prosecuting attorney, you have a mayor, you have all of these people that are in positions of power who are black, and black people can't be racist in that city, I guess, huh? When the president of the United States of America is a black man, the highest level of power in the United States of America, oh, black people still can't be racist, huh? Come on, man. Come on. Racist is a racist is a racist. White people can be racist, and some of them are. Black people can be racist, and some of them are. When I was growing up, we were incredibly racist against white people. Incredibly racist. And it wasn't my mama and daddy, but there were people in my family, and you can give them an excuse if you want to. There's people in my family that used to call white people racial slurs all the time. It was a sentiment. You couldn't bring no white girl home. What? That was a sentiment. You will be bullied from your peers, from some people in your family if you brought a white girl home. It was frowned upon to be congruent to white people. When you would do well in school and be articulate, what do they say? Oh, you're trying to be white, as if that's a bad thing. Is that not racist? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can't trust white people. You can't trust the white man. White people are bringing you down. You got to do twice as much as white people. Why? Why would you have to do twice as much as white people? I would ask. Because white people see you differently and they want to bring you down. That is a lie from the pit of hell. That is a person making a prejudgment about white people without even meeting them, without even knowing individual people and the content of their character. You're just creating this facade. And then you get mad if the white people do it to you. You wear a hoodie and looking like a thug and somebody prejudge you. And you turn around and do the same thing for white people. Because a white person is successful or something of that nature, you feel like they had to oppress black people to get to where they're going. Come on, man. Come on. We got to get out of this. We got to get out of this false mentality of believing that one class of people is better than the other class of people, is better than the other class of people. It's a fraud, ladies and gentlemen. It's falsehoods. They only do this to pit you against the next man. That's all they do. And they let black people run rampant with racism in America, unchecked, so that it can create hatred of white people against black people. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I was white, I'd be sick of black folks at this point. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Every day you get on the TV, Don Lemon says, oh, white men are the most white people are terrorists in America? When black people commit half of the murders in this country? A majority is against other blacks, but when you look at the statistics about black violence against whites versus white against black people commit violence twice as much against whites than whites against blacks. Black people have killed more black people than all of Ku Klux Klan put together. Black on black murder has killed more black people than the Klan. But they don't want to talk about that. We need to leave that for another subject. Now let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. And I can go all day about this. People, you got to wake up. We got to wake up. We got to wake other people up. Don't let nobody lie to you about no white privilege, man. Every white person is born with a privilege that's greater than black people. I bet you LeBron James' kid had more privilege than probably 90% of white people in America. Right now, if you go to a cafe and Michael Jordan walked in, LeBron James walked in, Tyler Perry walked in, Oprah Winfrey walked in, Barack Obama walked in. I mean, I could go down a list. Any one of these high-powered billionaire celebrities, they'll make a white man get up out of his seat. How much you want to bet? People nearly see LeBron James and want to kiss his toe. I'm done. I can go for 2 hours about this. White privilege is a myth. And if any one of y'all disagree with me and you want to debate me, we can do it on Instagram any day, anytime. The link is in the description section. You can hit me on my website. Go to booking. Book me to debate you on this subject. I will debate anybody that white privilege is BS. And I dare you to try to debate a black man on it, because you know you could try to say white people don't understand. Well, you got a brother that will debate anybody on the merits of white privilege. I love you guys. Y'all know what it is. Make sure you check out the store.